Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here. And today's video is going to be 5 affordable fragrances that I'd recommend trying out here in the month of April 2023. I've kind of got an all-star perfumer lineup here. We've got 2 fragrances from Daphne Bugay, 1 from Carlos Benaim, 1 from Jacques Cavalier, and 1 from Olivier Guillotine. So get right into this list here, starting off with the first one. And this is going to be L'Eau Bleue d'Issey pour Homme. So this is kind of a really, it's very herbal, so you might not, it's going to be not for everybody, but it's incredibly potent. It's very strong and long lasting. I get about 7 to 8 hours plus with this one. And the image it evokes is like a very damp, kind of dark forest. Just you think like very green, very herbaceous forest that's damp. Maybe not rains coming down very hard, but kind of trickling down off of the canopies after a thunderstorm had come. I think some of the main notes you get in here are rosemary, juniper berry, cypress, and kind of like an oak mossy feel. And like this one is perfumed by Jacques Cavalier. He's the in-house perfumer that's doing all of the Louis Vuitton fragrances like Ombre Nomad right now. I believe he also did Rive Gauche by YSL. This is a 2.5 or 75 ml bottle. You can find these on Amazon at the time of this video for right under 40 bucks. There's a few of them going on eBay for just under 40, and I think Fragrance Net has it for like $40.30. Really high quality stuff. It's been discontinued for a long time, but it's not really talked about all that much, so it's definitely worth getting your hands on before the stock completely dries up. They did kind of disappear for a little while and recently came back into stock, but I think it's really perfect for this time of the year in April where you know, the spring is kind of warming up a little bit more than it was in March, because this is a very fresh fragrance. Like the dampness in here gives it like a fresh, watery quality, even though it's more of a green fragrance than a blue fragrance in terms of the marketing and packaging. Almost has a type of like eucalyptus kind of vibe to it as well, even though I don't think that's a note that's listed in here. So yeah, just really beautiful damp forest kind of vibes coming off of this one, and perfect for the springtime. Like I said, a little bit herbal, so it is gonna not be for everyone because those notes are a little bit more old school, I would say, or more mature. Definitely 30 plus, but good projection, great longevity, master perfumer, and great for this month of April. All right, moving into the next one, this is going to be by Carlos Benaim, and this is Dunhill Sentry. So I do believe this one, it has been discontinued as well. The stock on this is drying up. This is a 4.5 ounce, I believe. Yeah, 135 ml bottle. These ones are kind of hard to come by. They do have them at Fragrance Net for like $40.30 or so for this size, but other than that, you can find like the 75 ml bottles online for pretty affordable prices, like under 40 bucks as well, like on eBay. But these are really getting a lot harder to find. What you get here with this one though is it kind of has a similar scent profile to Dunhill Icon, which is another fragrance that Carlos Benaim did for Dunhill. So there's that dry neroli that you get in here. So it's like a white floral kind of fragrance, but then you also get this almost like creamy, like cardboard paper kind of touch to it, almost like papyrus, even though there's no papyrus note in here. I think the major players in here are going to be sandalwood, which gives it that creamy quality, a cypriol oil, which is, I'm not sure exactly what that's extracted from, but it definitely has a very herbal, earthy kind of tone to it. I think it gives it a little bit of that papery touch alongside of the dry neroli. But it's really kind of like a creamy laundry, creamy fresh laundry in paper, is the best way I could kind of wrap this up in a short 3-word kind of description. Great for the office, really good longevity. I get about 6 to 7 hours on this one as well. Very unique. It kind of has, yeah, just like I said, like it's creamy yet papery and fresh laundry at the same time. Definitely worth checking this one out. I think this is great. It's a good compliment getter. It's actually the fragrance that I'm wearing right now. Just easily perfect signature scent. And just, yeah, like I said, very unique. It shares some similarities to Dunhill Icon, but it doesn't have that peppery note that Icon has. And like I said, there's more of this creamy quality going on underneath of it all from a really nice, beautiful sandalwood. So that's Dunhill Sentry for the second fragrance. Okay, next two are going to be both perfumed by Daphne Bugay. This one is Pio de Pierre by Stark. First heard about this one from Jude Rose. She was recommending it on like an entry-level niche fragrance. This is niche, both in the sense that the perfume house Stark doesn't do anything other than perfumes, and because the scent profile is very unique. It's not quite niche quality in terms of the quality ingredients. You can definitely tell it's more of a designer level you know, ingredients used in here, but very unique. It has this like almost almondy soap kind of vibe. It's semi-reminiscent of like the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal heart, that just kind of creamy almondiness, but it's got a very clean soapy quality to it that reminds me of like Prada, but the quality ingredients in here are nowhere close to Guerlain or Prada, so don't get your hopes up in that sense. But it's also like not cheap or synthetic smelling at all. Actually don't have any fragrance on this hand here. I'm going to put this on over here just to remind myself of it. It also has this kind of ashy quality, so like not quite like cigarette ash, but like kind of like the ashes you would get out of a campfire. So it's like a very woody, soapy fragrance, slightly powdery, but powdery in an ashy sense. And then, yeah, there's just like this very nice kind of semi-sweet almondy quality going on under there as well. So yeah, like almond soap with campfire ash and a little bit of like that earthiness from like the bottom of the campfire as well, like a soil type tincture. Really, I think awesome for a office fragrance. Very unique, very clean, very inoffensive. It's kind of is a good fragrance in the sense that it's got a dichotomy between clean and dirty, because it's got that soapiness going on, but then that ash, like campfire ash, also gives it this kind of dirty quality on top of a soapy fragrance. And you can find this one for under $40 on discounters and on eBay, so definitely worth checking this one out. It's Pio de Pierre by Stark. And then the second fragrance here from Daphne Bugay is going to be Original Wood by D Squared. So the longevity on this one is not the greatest on my skin. I only get about 4 to 5 hours tops on it. But really beautiful kind of grab and go fragrance for this time of the year. It's got a really nice kind of wet violet that's like semi-sweet. So like a semi-sweet floral violet kind of vibe going on, but then it's also got like a contrast going on, because like in conjunction with the wetness of the violet, there's this very dry like wood shaving kind of vibe going on. I don't want to say like pencil shavings, but it's more of like sawdust. Yeah, I think sawdust is the right word that I'm looking for here. So it's like a very almost dew-like, like a morning dew-like violet. That's something that you would get in like CH Men 212. That kind of semi-sweet, dewy-like violet, and then a really nice powdery sawdust underneath of there, like almost like you're somewhere in a forest that's got some morning dew going on the grass and the soil, and then there's a sawmill somewhere nearby. It's the best way I could describe this one. Very kind of light. It's not. I mean, it does have like some oomph to it. You can definitely smell it, but it's more airy and less kind of like syrupy. So it's a kind of an easy grab and go out of the shower, casual kind of fragrance, I would say, but I think it's good for any age as well, and the presentation on this is awesome. This bottle is very heavy, the cap is magnetic, and it's also got some pretty good ratings on Fragrantica, so I think it's definitely worth checking out, and you can get this on Joma Shop for under 40 bucks. So that is Original Wood by D Squared. And then finally, the last fragrance is the most expensive one on this list. It only comes in a 50 ml bottle, and it's $50 for the 50 ml. So you're looking at like $100 for 100 mls of this fragrance, but the it's an indie house, and they always have coupons running. So you can probably get this for you know, under $50 for this 50 ml. So it's affordable in that sense. And this one was perfumed by Olivier Guillotine, and he's the same perfumer that did Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. and that is aromatic and, let me see on the back here, aromatic and woody from Hawthorne. So all of the Hawthorne fragrances either say work or play on the front, and they all the work fragrances look like this. They just have this white sticker with work, but on the back it has a description of the fragrance, and this one here you can see aromatic and woody written right here on the line. So this one, the notes that they list for it are like a green citron, some musks, I believe some vetiver, and some violet leaf, and some pine. There's definitely pine is like the main player in here. So this kind of feels like you're walking in a bright, sunny, mountainous pine forest. There's some dew on the trees, maybe not even from a rainfall, but just from like the change in like the sun coming up, and there's like that, you know, just the change in temperature is causing some condensation on the pine needles. And you're walking through, and there's like a brook with some steam coming up off of the lake. That's kind of like the imagery that this evokes for me. It's just like a very fresh, very beast mode, really good projection, really good longevity. I get about like 7 to 8 hours on this with my skin, and then it also projects like mad. I think like the musk helps kind of push it out, and you know, like gives it really good projection. Super high quality ingredients from this house. They really do use like some of the best quality ingredients, and they have 3 perfumers. Oh, don't know what to do with my hand there. 3 perfumers work for them. That's Olivia Guillotine, Quentin Bish, and Rodrigo's Flores Rue. I've only tried about like 5 or 6 from the house, but this is one that I would definitely recommend checking out for the month of April. Like I said, yeah, just kind of like that bright green citrus. Also has like that dewy vibe from the violet leaf in here, and then pine and musk are going to be kind of like the heart and bread and butter, I guess you could say, of like the scent profile here. So it almost reminds me of like a Green de Chanel. Like it's like kind of runs in the same vein as Bleu de Chanel with that woody citrusy, kind of easy to wear fragrance, but the pine in here makes it more of a green kind of style fragrance, and foresty than a blue shower gel type fragrance. Really great stuff, and definitely worth checking this one out here in April 2023 as well. So that's it. That's my 5 recommendations for kind of hidden gem affordable fragrances to check out here in the month of April. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.